Hey everyone, Tony Dragon here. This one's really kind of late, but I noticed it in the recent upload list, Screen Junkies. Honest Trailers Big Hero 6. Uh, I noticed this one because I was about to react to the new one they put up, Batman vs. Superman, and it looks like it might be the Ultimate Edition version. So, yeah, but then I saw this one, I'm thinking, okay, wait, I have some things to talk about Big Hero 6, so I'll watch this one first. And seeing it's also one of the older ones. Well, not that old, like 2 weeks old. But yeah, I really did enjoy Big Hero 6, you know? I don't usually read the description that often for any video, honestly. But I did like what they said here. Some really funny banter, like Marvel-y Pixar movie that luckily is not Frozen, or nothing like Frozen, which I agree. Big Hero 6 was a breath of fresh air. It was nothing like Frozen. Like Disney did not take advantage of the whole Frozen phenomenon and just start pumping out more and more princess movies. Thank God. Even though technically she's queen by now, but it's Disney. They're gonna still refer to her as princess. To sell merchandise to the little girls and parents. What can you do? Big Hero 6. Yeah. When I first heard about this movie, I was surprised that it was actually a Marvel property, and that it was just left out there, to gather up dust until one day, they brought it back and told the director, like, "Can you make a movie about this?" And he's like, "Okay." Um, and the story around the production is actually rather interesting. Um, Especially the whole idea that they had to actually create an all new, um, I forgot what the term was that they used, but they created new technology in order to actually create this world, this city, and actually give every character a unique way of walking, of interacting with certain objects. Like each character has a different way of taking a seat, like sitting down at a table at a restaurant, and that's actually pretty cool to hear. You don't really notice it because that's not something most people go to movies to see. But when I didn't hear about it, I just thought it was pretty cool. Um, for the actual story, while it was fun, I have to admit there were many cliches that you can see a mile away. Yeah, you kind of knew where it was going. At the same time, you can say it's like, oh, they were obviously trying so hard to make this guy look like the villain, but surprise, it was the other guy. And I kind of thought, it's like, yeah, they're trying to push this guy way too far as to the villain when he's done really nothing jerkish so far. So it made me think that, wait, they're trying to divert my attention. Someone else is the villain. Who else, did not make much of an impact that really that wasn't connected to a main character of some kind. And I was thinking the professor. I'm forgetting his name, but he was the professor at this school. Or maybe the dean. I'm gonna stick with I'm gonna stick with professor. That's probably safer. Yeah, I noticed it's like, wait, he died as well. He didn't leave much of an impact. There should have been more. Then halfway through the movie, I'm thinking, it's him. He's the villain. Because he really needed to have some more stuff to do. So obviously he had to be the villain. Um, Tadashi, as he was seen like a cool big brother, but again, cliche. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. He was fine. I liked him. And it sucked that he died. I wish I got to know him more. But what was amazing is that you learn so much about him even after he dies from Baymax. Baymax was such a great character, so funny, so just so nice, and it really spoke a lot about Tadashi himself. What kind of person he was and what kind of expectations he had for his for his invention, for generally just like what he wanted to accomplish in his life for his future. Not many people put that much stock in the being like the only thing to aim for with technology is, healing people. It's completely different from helping people, because helping people can include just making your phone work better, stuff like that. That can fall into the definition of help people, and I don't see that as the most important thing we need to focus on. But I have more to talk about, but I want to start this honest trailer now. So what do I expect? Well, I know it's going to be funny, that's for sure. But let's start the video. Alright, put it full screen. Alright, so, starting honest trailers, Big Hero 6. Show me what you got. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Before you see the latest CGI kids movie that adults will probably get more out of, revisit the Disney hit that made you laugh, cry, won an Oscar, and best of all, isn't Frozen. Big Hero 6. Prepare for a movie based on a Marvel comic you had no idea existed.
Exactly.
That Disney removed all the Marvel branding from, and didn't tie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, despite the fact that it has a team of quippy heroes going up against a forgettable villain with a vague plan. In a final battle with a sky-based doomsday device made of disposable robots. And an after credit scene with Stan Lee. I mean, come on.
Stan Lee's the man.
Marvel movie ever. Journey to a way less foggy, slightly more Asian version of San Francisco, and meet Baymax.
Less foggy is always better.
WebMD and a marshmallow. He's the inflatable robo-nurse everyone wants to cuddle with.
Aww.
Until you realize he's voiced by the depressed middle-aged comedy writer from 30 Rock. Ew. Watch Baymax team up with this super orphaned hero. Hero? Hero.
Hero.
Hero? Hero?
Hero.
Is it hero or Hito?
Hero. Hero.
It's interesting that they actually changed the pronunciation.
Whatever. He's a protagonist with the hair of a Japanese anime and the tooth gap of every kid from recent Western animation. Thrill as this miniature version of Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, I kind of have that too. I can't judge.
What used to take teams of people months or years can now be accomplished by one person.
And immediately
they took our jobs.
A robot into a killing machine.
See how karate makes me a better healthcare companion.
Watch this. It's like Terminator 2, but in reverse. After the sci-fi pessimism of WALL-E, experience a kid's film that's so into science, it turns it into magic, justified by the tiniest bit of scientific mumbo-jumbo.
Whoa. Electromag suspension?
Magnetic bearing servos.
Laser-induced plasma?
Chemical metal embrittlement.
Yeah, Wingardium Leviosa. And watch these scrappy college kids create billion-dollar inventions and get rewarded with dinner.
Dinner is fun.
Yes,
Yay!
Just like the NCAA. Experience a moving film about the power of friendship, forgiveness, and innovation until it turns into a cookie-cutter superhero origin story.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Story begins
with a dumb Scooby-Doo twist and a supporting cast that's literally forgettable.
Hey, but maybe don't leave your team stranded on a spooky island next time. Oh man.
But who cares?
Yeah.
Baymax is Bay.
Yeah, Baymax is best.
What might be a new Disney animated renaissance that takes the cold, emotionless fields of science and engineering and transforms them into a heartwarming tale with the power of hugs. Lots and lots of hugs.
It's like spooning a warm marshmallow. Going for a non-threatening, huggable kind of thing.
Last hug.
Last hug.
If I could have only one
To be honest,
right now, it would be the ability
as much as I like a hug, that's too much. I'd be like, don't touch me, get off me.
Is it me you're looking for? A TJ Miller type. Human Segway. Dreadlock Psylocke. April O'Nerd. Gag. And spooky Legos.
Yeah, they're
Glitter
ugly.
Tweens.
Does this symbol mean anything to you guys?
We're getting another Hunger Games?
No!
For more honest trailers.
Seriously, Hunger Games is not that good.
Fourth may be over, but the fireworks are just starting. Because we just dropped 4 brand new episodes of after credits for you to red, white, and binge. Click the box to check out our end credits scene for Superman, and head to ScreenJunkies.com to see scenes from Terminator 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more. Why? Because freedom.
I'm not too sure about after credits. If I wanna, well, I'll watch them, but I don't know about reacting to them.
Winter is coming, or you know nothing, Jon Snow. Grab 'em up. There's gonna be guts on the ceiling. Up, down, A, B. Left, right, A, B. Up, A, down, right, right, left, B. Up, left, A, right, B. Left, right, A, left. Up, A, down, A, right, left, B. Start.
Yeah.
And like The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan. There. I read all the stupid comments. Can I go home now?
Nice. So yeah, like you said, it starts out pretty strong with, some interesting concepts like the whole friendship aspect. Although I will say they kind of grew a little too attached to Hero too quickly. But then again, his brother just died, so they probably just felt bad for him. So that's probably it. That can really create a strong bond, even like if you only knew someone for a week. You hear that someone just died recently. It was like, well, damn. Can I buy you lunch? I'm probably the worst guy to be around when a loved one of yours dies. I will respond in the worst way possible, or at least the least effective way. Yeah, some of the characters were kind of forgettable. Like right now, I'm forgetting most of their names. I remember Wasabi, mainly probably because of the name. It's easier to remember Wasabi. But also because he kind of really stood out with this whole OCD thing he had going. He's just like so neat, preppy, and we don't get too many characters like that are actually enjoyable. Sometimes they're depicted as complete stick in the muds, like they have no fun at all, and it's just like that's not very realistic. That's not very fair because there are different aspects of OCD. They're not completely anal. They're just they just really like to remain clean and organized. I remember Go-Go. Not because of her personality, because that was kind of a generic personality she had. Just the badass chick who didn't emote much. I'll be completely honest. One of the biggest reason I remember her is because I thought she looked hot. I'm just being honest here. That's one of the biggest. That's the biggest reason I remember her. But I definitely like Baymax a lot more. He's just so much fun. He's so adorable. But, it's just so touching to see a character who's just unabashedly kind to everyone. And just willing to go through so much to help this one person. Some would say that it's just his programming. It's not really a personality. It's just, that's how he was created. That's what he was made to do. But on some level, I would like to believe that he started to learn on his own, that he deviated from his programming, near the end there. He probably could have found another way to, save Hero without sacrificing himself, but he did it anyway. But yeah, like I said, the villain was just kind of boring. His reasoning was just revenge, but there was just like so many ways he could have done it, without so much trouble. Like, first I'm gonna fake my death, then I'm gonna steal this invention from a kid that I really got lucky that he just made this invention. Then I'm gonna use that invention of his to remake this interdimensional portal, and kill you with it the same way my daughter was killed with it. Poetic. Just like, yeah, it's poetic, but at the same time, that's a lot of fucking work just to kill this guy. Like, Jesus Christ, does he really deserve it? I mean, if I was him, why didn't you just go for the generic gun? Shoot him in a crowd or in his office or something. This is a lot of work. I mean, if I was a villain, and I wanted to kill someone out of revenge, and then someone told me, like, okay, but you have to do it this way. It's like, that's gonna take fucking years. Like, yeah, but it'll be poetic. I don't care if it's poetic. I'm not going through that much effort to kill the guy. I'm just gonna get a pistol. Go up to him, shoot him. Then I'm done. I go to jail, but I was expecting that anyway. It's like, yeah. Obviously, it was the only way, though, story wise, for Baymax to figure out there's someone still alive in there. It's the daughter. Like, oh no, we have to save her. Yeah, I don't know how the interdimensional thing works. Like, was it just like she was separated from time? So that's why she's still the same age, or she's still alive. She probably should have. If time went normally in that place, she would have died from starvation or dehydration at some point. So yeah, like I said, a lot of hugs and the science mumbo jumbo. Again, the terminology is correct, but again, the application is wrong because science doesn't work that way. But hey, suspension of disbelief. I don't care as long as it creates cool gadgets to use. Yeah, but then when it turns into a superhero movie, it becomes kind of, like I said, generic, boring, predictable. I mean, it's still fun, mainly based on the fact that we get to see more of Hero and Baymax, which the movie really does. It actually just takes the focus a lot more to those two near the second half, and then actually, gives the other characters moments to shine with their abilities, and not really their personalities, but their what they're capable of with their technology. And that was really the smart thing to do, because trying to force last minute personality to scenes near the end would have really hurt the film. What else? That's really it. That's what they brought up. It is kind of weird that they separated themselves from the Marvel Universe. I guess since Disney didn't know if it would be successful or not, they didn't want to kind of add this to the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe and have it be just a blemish. So they just put it there and just like, yeah, it's a Marvel property, but it's gonna be like its own little thing, its own universe, and leave it at that. It did. It was successful. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, like I said, the majority was cookie cutter, but it had enough to get by. Secret Life of Pets that they brought up earlier. I'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. Well, that's everything I have to say about what Honest Trailers brought up. But yeah, that was Honest Trailers Big Hero 6. Like I said, a really fun movie. Harmless. But a lot of emotion. What do you expect from Disney and Pixar at this point? And really glad it wasn't anything like Frozen. It's really showing like they are sort of going through a renaissance right now, in the sense that they're just pumping out new ideas, and each one of them is different and can stand on its own. It's not necessarily has to be following a formula of new princesses or kings and queens like we're always doing. Just like branch out, really delve into different stories. Cause like I think the newest one coming out soon is Moana. Again, obviously, they're gonna turn Moana into a Disney princess. I don't know if she actually is a princess of some kind in this movie universe. But there's a demigod, so maybe she'll become a demigod of some kind, or at least be a hero, and still be referred to as a Disney princess. Seriously, stop calling them that. It's not a club. But anyway, yeah. So, next up is Honest Trailers of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. I don't know if it's going to be Ultimate Edition version, but we'll see. But join me for that one. So, see you in that video. I'm Tony Dragon. Bye-bye.